The Olympic torch, it's on its way to Argentina after running a rather shortened but very stressful course in San Francisco. As Australia prepares for the torch relay to pass through Canberra on April 24th, the country's Prime Minister Kevin Rudd met with China's Premier Wen Jiabao. Rudd urged for a peaceful dialogue to resolve the tensions over Tibet. And the International Olympic Committee President Jacques Rogge commented on the turmoil and global protests surrounding the Beijing torch relay.
But the IOC has weathered many bigger storms.
Rogge referred to the attack on Israeli athletes at the 1972 Munich Olympics. Meanwhile, China says it has uncovered a criminal ring planning to kidnap athletes and others at the Beijing Olympic Games. At least 35 East Turkestan terrorist suspects have been arrested from China's predominantly Muslim northwestern region of Xinjiang. Meanwhile, security is being reassessed in India as the Olympic torch is scheduled to pass through New Delhi next week. And in Pakistan, the new government is strongly criticizing the torch protests, saying politics should be kept out of the Olympic Games.
This historic landmark in the Indian capital is being fenced up like a military installation. That's because in less than 7 days, the Olympic torch is scheduled to pass through India Gate. And already protesters are gathering here to launch another assault on the torch that's heading for its final destination, the Beijing Olympics in August. Hundreds of pro-Tibetan demonstrators are converging in Delhi as they embark on their own symbolic torch relay they're calling Freedom Cycle Rally. India's government has already warned the Dalai Lama and his followers not to disrupt the rally, as Indian security forces have launched an unprecedented crackdown on anti-China demos. Analysts say Delhi does not want to damage burgeoning trade relations with Beijing. Meanwhile, in neighboring Pakistan, the newly elected government also lent its support to China, which is a close ally of Pakistan.
We are against politicizing this great sporting event, and we believe that politics should be kept aside from this event, and the Olympic torch rallies and the games themselves should be allowed to continue without being politicized.
The Olympic torch is scheduled to arrive in Pakistan next Wednesday. Meanwhile, in northern India, where the Dalai Lama makes his home, dozens of Buddhist monks continue their demonstrations. They attended a mock cremation, and some carried placards to denounce the United Nations' silence over the alleged massacre in Tibet.
Meanwhile, here at home, a second day of protests from pro-Tibet demonstrators took place. Hundreds stood outside Queen's Park calling for Trade Minister Sandra Pupatella to postpone her trade mission to China. Despite today's rally and calls from the opposition to cancel the trip, the province has shown no indication that it will comply. However, Pupatella did say she will likely raise the issue about Tibet in private discussions with Chinese officials.